sister lock eyes and meet each other's gaze.
She had dropped her violin as she burst into black flames and started rushing towards the party. So I'll need everybody to roll for initiative.
21.
14.
21.
4.
Okay, so Lilith attacks first. Arrow, I'll need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
26.
What's your AC?
I'm 16.
So you're going to take 18 points of damage.
Uncanny dodge.
Okay.
Yeah, so 9.
She's covered in these black flames, and normally you would have like resistances to fire damage, but for some reason these flames, they're like extra hot to you. But you managed to like kind of evade most of the flames as she's coming towards you with her dagger. They kind of like fizzle out when she's like moving. They kind of like fan away from her. It looks like there's some sort of energy around her dagger when she goes to stab at you. So you were able to kind of like make the attack less lethal to you.
I'm very visibly distressed right now.
So then it is Wyatt's turn.
At this point, I probably wouldn't attack, because this is my character's thinking this is my subordinate's sister, and obviously Arrow's shown an aversion to hurting other people in the past, so I am going to hold my turn, but I probably will call out to Arrow and I'll ask, Hey, Arrow, what do we do here? Let us know what you want us to do. This is your fight to fight. Do you want us to back you up? What's the best way to go about this?
I would say to Wyatt, I don't know, we should run.
All right, I'll protect you. She seems to be after you, so y'all start running. I'll protect the group. That's my best bet then. Instead of holding my turn, I'm gonna grapple her, or try and grapple her. That's a 7.
Yeah, you do not succeed in that. However, I'll need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Nat 20.
After you like went to grab at her, and she kind of like moves out of the way. And sort of as a kind of like a reaction, she kind of like punches in your direction, and the like you can feel the like intense heat from these like black flames like as it comes like really close to your face, but you manage to like just get out of the way.
I'm gonna pull up my shield, add 2 to my AC.
Shizeno, it is your turn.
Just trying to decide, does Shizeno follow an order, which she always does, or does she stop you from killing yourself? I've got a moral dilemma here. No, I'm not running. I'm gonna attack both. So I'll swing at her with Nagamaki. That's nat 20. So you upset her. That's a 9 slashing, and then double because of the nat 20. And then I'm gonna use my extra attack to go at her again. And that's a nat 1.
First, though, I'll need you to make a dexterity save. Or actually, does your Nagamaki have reach?
Yeah, I'm 10 feet away.
But when you swung and you hit the first time, you did a whole bunch of damage, but then you tripped over your Nagamaki, and now you are within 5 feet. So I'll need you to make a dex save at disadvantage.
11.
You're going to take 20 points of fire damage. Yeah, so when you slashed at her, you heard her kind of yelp a little bit, and then she the flames around her intensified as you fell over, and she kind of like punched straight down at you.
Worth it. I'm gonna have Kadama peck at her eyes, and hopefully it doesn't explode. So that's 22 to hit, I think.
That hits.
1d1 piercing. For what it's worth, he is immune to fire.
She's blinded for now. She goes to like slap at the bird, and nothing happens. And she seems frustrated by this because now she can't see. It is now Taryn's turn, and he says, "You know this person?"
Saying it out loud, I shrug.
I would say that's my sister.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm the only one that knows that.
Is she normally like this?
Yeah, kinda.
You see Taryn, like, he puts his hands out, like, almost like in a T-pose, and then slams his hands together. And this shockwave goes out in all directions from him. As it's coming out from him, you see it kind of, like, split. It goes around all of you and his Silver Knights, and reforms in front of him, pushing Lilith 30 feet back. She falls onto the ground, and she's on the ground, but you see her, she's like up on like one hand, and she has some blood trickling down her nose. Is there a way to calm her down?
I I don't think so. I think she's being controlled by a powerful demon or something. She wasn't always like this. She's kind of a bitch, but...
Unfortunately, I may have to imprison your sister.
Just please don't kill her.
I am not one to go around just killing people. Your turn, Arrow.
I'm gonna power up all the way to black flames, and I'm gonna attack her with my sword. Do I get advantage because she's down?
Yeah.
25 to hit?
That hits.
25 damage, you should say.
So we'll say she gets knocked out by this. Since you said that you didn't want to kill her, we'll say that.
Yeah, and as I'm going for her, I'm gonna yell, like, why'd you kill Dad, you psycho?
She passes out on the ground from this intense amount of blood loss, and the flames around her kind of flicker out. And it looks like as she's like passing out, she's kind of like trying to reach for her violin. So then the two guards go and they kind of grab her. They have some shackles that they're like putting on her.
Can I pick up her instrument?
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pick it up.
Why is she so preoccupied with the violin, do you think?
I don't know. She's always liked the violin.
Can I see that violin quickly?
Yeah, I guess so, but you have to give it back.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Basically, I want to do an Arcana check on it. 6.
Looks like a regular violin.
Does anybody else notice anything weird about this violin? I think there might be something weird about it. I don't see anything, but maybe one of y'all more magically inclined might be able to see something I don't.
Sure. 18.
On the underside, between the bowstring and the bow, you notice there's some markings there. What are the languages that you know?
Elvish, Common, Dwarvish, Infernal.
Markings on the inside of this are in Infernal, and it says, I give my life to Asmodeus.
Great. So yeah, I'll pass that info along to everybody. And I'll hand it back towards Arrow with just pinched arm all the way out, don't really want to hang on to this myself. Just here you go.
And you probably guess that she's been using this as some sort of magical focus, just based off of the kind of feeling you're getting from this.
I'm gonna ask Taryn, what did you do to her? She doesn't usually go down that easy.
You did not want to kill her, so I knocked her back. I used one of my thunder spells.
How powerful are you? Because she killed our dad, who's basically a demigod.
Well, I am the dean of the Evocation College, so pretty powerful.
I'm gonna be vaguely impressed.
Who was your father if he was so powerful?
His name was May. He helped a party of legendary heroes basically slay the Raven Queen and the Dragon God.
He seems taken aback by this. I knew a May back in the days of the Cult of the Dragon.
That was probably him.
And you say your sister killed him? I find that impossible.
I saw him. I saw it happen. My own 2 eyes.
Explain in detail what happened.
I don't know. We were training and she kind of just went crazy and came in and he gave me his sword and told me to run. And as I was running away, I looked back and it looked like he drew his last breath. I don't want to really remember it, to be honest with you. I saw him fall and I've never seen him fall before. I think he would kill Lilith.
Then she must have been aided in some other way. I have heard the battle stories of May, and I do not think that would be possible in just melee combat.
She's a pretty powerful bard, Lilith.
I was going to say, if this violin has anything to say about it, it seems like Asmodeus helped.
That would have something to do with it then. Although I fear your father's soul may be trapped then.
So you're saying you think he's alive?
Well,
that's more philosophical.
Gonna look confused. Back of my head a little.
I do have important business to attend to, though. The two Silver Knights kind of walk past you with unconscious Lilith. Taryn kind of starts to follow them.
I'm gonna say, wait, hold on a second.
He turns around, but the knights continue.
If she is being controlled by Asmodeus, how can we break his influence on her? Is there any way that I can save her?
That will take some time to study. I will be imprisoning her in my study.
I'm gonna be okay, can I come by and talk to her sometime? When she's awake?
That may be a possibility, depending on the level of constraints that I need to use. What did you say your name was again?
Arrow.
And he says, my condolences. Just stop by the evocation school and we'll see what we can do.
Thank you.
And he walks out of the down the hallway and out the door.
I'll turn to my team. Well, we're no closer to those pendants, unfortunately.
Didn't he say something about maybe knowing somebody who'd be able to like recreate ones or make replicas?
Oh yes, he did. We need to find that information out from Taryn though. So I'll probably run outside quickly and try and flag down Taryn.
Yeah, you see the Silver Knights kind of walking into the evocation or the evocatorium's tower. But you see Taryn walking away from the college and towards like the center of the North Bank. He's walking in that like direction. He's not there.
I will try and flag Taryn down. I'll go, Taryn, I have a question. Forgot to. I need a little bit more information.
Make it quick. I have important business to attend to.
Captain. Remember how we were talking about your necklace and how we're looking for something eerily similar to that? You said that there was someone else who could recreate these shapes and this protective shielding device that you have. Who was that and where can we find them?
Well, that would be my good friend Kin Diel, but I have not seen him in many years. However, you may be in luck. The important business I'm attending to, he points out towards the river that runs through Silvery Moon, and you see this very large ship with lots of like triangle-shaped sails. Normally you would see like sort of like square rigging. These are like huge triangle rigs, maroon large triangle sails. No like symbols on the ship. Seems very blank. The material it's made of is like a really dark wood, almost black. So it's kind of a large black ship, dark maroon sails. The last time I spoke with King Diel was after the assassination of Methramar. He is from an island to the west that was removed from this world.
What does that mean?
Have you ever heard of the Sundering?
I have not heard of the Sundering. I'm sorry.
Basically, it was a magical ripple through the world. One of the things it affected was the Mythalar in Silvery Moon. It also affected other large magical events, one of which was the disappearance of the island known as Latan. This is King Diel's home. That boat you see in the river is a boat from Latan, which means Latan must have returned to this world somehow.
That's lucky for us.
How easy do you think it would be to travel between worlds?
That is not something I have done personally, but I have heard of it being done.
I'm pretty sure we did it.
How did you accomplish such a task?
We found a bunch of runes and we had a map and we sailed around an island in just the right way that a portal appeared, like a whirlpool that sucked us in, and then when we came through on the other side, everything was like inverted. There were things there that weren't here and vice versa, and then we had to sail like the opposite way to get back.
Are you sure that was not just a portal?
I think so. We were looking for very specifically an anchor made out of electrum. And the people that we ran into, who, if it was a portal, it would be a place in the world that had never seen or heard of electrum because they didn't know what it was.
He looks puzzled by this, and then he starts looking the party up and down. Everybody roll I'll leave it up to you, a performance or a deception check.
13.
60.
It's just a 10.
21.
You get the feeling that Taryn is suspicious of you after you were mentioning that you were looking for an anchor. And then he was like looking you up and down as if he was trying to tell like if you like your identities somehow. It seems like he didn't see anything after like looking, so he was like shrugged it off.
So, where are you headed? If you don't mind me asking, I know you had mentioned you were gonna go lock Lilith up in your office.
Assuredly, she will be knocked out for long enough for me to see what the Lantern ship is here for.
Do you mind if we accompany you? I mean, seems like we need to get to Letan anyway to try and find Kindael, right? I mean, do you think Kindael's still in Letan?
Last I heard, Kindael was in Wa.
Interesting. Isn't that where you're from, Shizeno? Wah?
Yeah. Can I do a history check? See if I can recognize that name.
You wouldn't.
Yeah. That's where I'm from, but I've never heard the name.
All right. Do you know what part of Wall he might be in?
Either Fochu or Hotumori.
All right. Well, thanks for the info. I'll let you be on your way. I've kept you long enough.
Yes, thank you. You see him walk over to the moon bridge, and he starts to he does like some sort of somatic stuff with his hands, and you see the bridge starting to break apart so that the ship can kind of come through. And it's actually the dock for like the larger ships is actually between the moon bridge and the college. You can kind of see it from here. The road that you're on is kind of like higher up, and you can kind of see down the hill where it goes to dock. And then Taryn is heading down towards the dock.
I'll turn to my team and I'll say, do you think we should follow him?
I mean, we should get to that boat or ship eventually, because if Kindael is on it, like, if they come back to the college with Taryn, then that's one thing. We need to talk to them either way at some point about getting replicas made.
Is our plan to get replicas made and then replace the originals instead of just stealing them?
I would say so.
Yeah,
I feel
that
like
might
that
make
would be probably
sense.
smart, because then he won't get all upset when he realizes that we're gone and all of his artifacts are also gone.
Right.
I'd
Okay.
like to be able to come back here and talk to my sister.
Makes sense. I say since we're here, we probably should follow Taryn to those Latan boats. Maybe they have a little bit more of a specific place that Kindael might be.
I could try to sneak and follow him without him knowing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he already seems to be a little suspicious. Unless I might have said too much talking about the anchor. So maybe stealthily sneaking after him might not be the best either. We might just want to wait till he's done with his business.
I mean,
All
I'm
right.
pretty sneaky. Pretty good at being sneaky. I don't think he'll see me.
It's up to you, really.
Yeah, I'll say I'll leave it to your discretion.
I mean, you're our glorious leader, Wyatt. What do you think?
I think it's best for us not to make enemies with Taryn at this point, especially if we need him to trust us enough to get close enough to him to replace his necklace with the replica. I don't think he's up to anything shady. I didn't get that impression, so I think maybe it might make sense to leave him alone and just head on over the boats once he's done with his business. Anybody have any objections?
No.
All right, so I guess I'd wait around until Taryn was done with whatever he was doing.
So are you watching like what he's doing from this road?
I guess maybe. In the sense, not in the sense where I'm like trying to stalk him. In the sense where if I am waiting and he's around, I'd probably just people watch and see what he's doing. If he's doing it in full view of everyone around him.
There's a couple of people like sort of looking at the ship because they haven't seen a ship like this. But for the most part, people are kind of just going about their business. But you see 7 people on the deck of this ship, all in these maroon cloaks.
Can I do like a history check on all of this?
What are you trying to get from it?
Like, would I know anything about like Latan disappearing during the Sundering?
Yeah.
Who they were or when it happened? Or
Yeah, make me a history check.
it's a 14.
You know that Latan disappeared in 1385. Make me a perception check.
14.
11.
You got a 14, you said?
Yeah.
Are you the only two watching, or is
Very curious.
Don't have much else to watch.
7.
Arrow? You see this? It looks like this. Maybe the leader or something. It looks like a female orc, but she has this silver skin and these blue dreadlocks kind of like sticking out of her cloak, and she hands over what looks like these 4 silvery shaped objects. They look about like you could fit all 4 of them in your hand. So why you also see, you don't get a glimpse of like what this person looks like, but you see them hand over something to Taryn. But Arrow, you see that you can kind of make out the general shapes of them. One looks diamond shaped. One looks like a circle or like a disc, I guess. One kind of looks like a moon. Oh, and then another one has like a weird shape to it. You can't really make out what that looks like. But then you see this person bow at Taryn, and then they walk past him, and he like scratches his head for a second. This person looks like they're walking up these, like there's like a long stairway up to this to one of the roads. They actually keep looking in your direction.
Anything that Wyatt didn't see that I saw, I would tell him. I'd nudge him and be like, "Did you see that?"
Yeah, I did. That was strange.
What was that all about? Did you see that lady? She looked super pretty.
I did. I wonder why Taryn looks so confused about the bow.
You see him following this person as they made their way down the road and then found their way up to the same road that you were on, and they're coming down the road towards you. And you see Taryn kind of like following them. You kind of hear in the distance, it sounds like he's talking to them.
Should we pretend like we're doing something other than watching him?
I mean, I wasn't specifically watching him. It's not my fault. He was the most interesting thing happening down there.
I know.
I say we see what they do. What?
It might be kind of weird that we're just kind of hanging around.
We can always say we're just discussing what we want to do next. I don't think it's that weird. Let's see what they do.
So they're approaching, and you can kind of make out some of what Taryn's saying. He says, yeah, but I don't understand. Sorry. He says, yeah, but I don't understand any of that. How could he have talking to me before I had talking to him? She responds softly. She says, Kindael is always watching. Taryn seems like very uncomfortable about this. And he says, I am glad the tokens are restored to their former self, but you cannot just give some powerful artifacts to strangers. And she says, they are not strangers. They have met Kindael. And then she walks up to you, Wyatt, and she bows. And she says, Kindael sends his regards.
I will also awkwardly bow. Oh, does he? I send my regards to Kindael. Do I know Kindael?
That is a tough question to answer. Yes and no.
All right. Well, is there anything you can do to jog my memory to maybe remember a time when I was in his presence, or?
There's no way you would remember.
Mm-hmm. And why is that?
From your perspective, you haven't met him yet.
So you're playing like 4D chess over here, right?
Just, you've played 4D chess?
Stop! No, not quite. Only the 3D kind, unfortunately.
Not as entertaining.
Yeah, I would imagine.
She has what seems like both her hands in her sleeves, and at this point she takes them out of her sleeves, and she hands you, she's kind of holding them like 2 cards in each hand. She hands you these pentagonal plates.
How many?
4.
I'm gonna say, oh my god.
She says, in another lifetime, Kindael had met with Taryn, and he requested these to be made for you.
What do you mean by another lifetime?
She says, it's best not to think of it.
All right.
And then she bows.
What is your name?
I am Uvil, champion of the blue.
What is the blue, if you don't mind me asking?
My mother, and the sea.
Ah, all right. That makes sense.
Does she seem like a familiar race to me?
You've seen orcs before.
She is just an orc.
But you haven't seen orcs this color.
She doesn't seem to be the same race as me.
No. If you want, you can make me a perception check.
17.
You definitely know this person is not the same race as you. You actually get the feeling that they're not the race they look like. At the corners of their eyes, shimmery, bluish silver scales.
When you say that the sea is your mother, what do you exactly mean by that? Were you born on a boat?
She says, the sea is not my mother. I am the champion of the sea. And my mother.
You are your own mother?
No.
No, she's her mother's champion.
So you are the champion of your mother and the sea, but your mother and the sea are 2 separate entities, correct?
She says, yes, it's a fun nickname, a play on words.
So, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, who is your mother? Is her name Blue?
No, my mother is blue.
Just like you?
She's more blue than I am. She says, no, my mother's name is Kindurinith, Lady of Ice. Kindurinith, Lady of Ice.
Sounds like a dragon name.
That is a dragon name.
Of course it is. Your mother is a dragon. It is an honor to meet you.
I am a dragon as well.
I figured that. You know, I fought alongside the dragons during the War of the Cult of the Dragon.
She says, yeah, best not to mention that my parents are
They were not the ones you fought with.
at odds, I would say.
Well, then why are you so willing to help us?
I work with Kim Dial.
Is Kendile also a dragon?
No.
Before you go, do you mind telling me a little bit more about Kendile and why he wants to help us and where we can find him?
He wants to help you so that he can help you.
What does that mean exactly? What is how does he benefit by helping us?
I'm not sure, but you will meet him.
Okay. Can you tell us whether we should seek him out or if time will bring us together?
That's...
Both.
Yeah, both.
I think he can, I don't know if it's specifically divination, but it sounds like he's been able to divine our meeting and also what it will take for that to happen. So he's been able to set things in motion that will help us get to him to help him with something else.
All right. Knowing that, do you need anything else from us, Ooville?
Just my own time. Just as I must hurry back. The window is closing.
All right. Is there any way we can contact you if we need you in the future, or is that window kind of separating us for a while?
A bit of time, yes.
All right. Well, take care of yourself. I'm guessing you probably know where to find us should you need us.
I don't, actually.
You don't need us or know where to find us?
No, Kindial knows.
Mm-hmm.
So it's up to him.
And then she bows.
Yeah, I bow back.
I'd also bow.
So she walks down the road. Taryn looks confused, and he says to you, well, it's not like you'll be able to use those anyway. I had to hack mine in order to use them. Some sort of indentation on them is preventing them from being used by normal people. So, whatever, I'm not even mad about it. But he still does seem slightly mad about it.
Can I examine them and see if I can find that indentation?
Sure, make me an investigation check.
9.
It looks like 2 of them have like a triangle indentation towards the edge of them, and then 2 other ones have like a rounded edge that connects to the edge of the shape.
It's like, so, would I assume that it's like a damaged item, or would I assume that something belongs there?
Yeah, it seems like something belongs there.
I'll say to Taryn, did your pendant come with an indentation like these?
No, but I am not going to try to help you with hacking into them. They are too powerful for you.
Why do you think they're too powerful for us?
They take a lot of magic to control, and they can be used as a force for good. And he points towards the moon bridge, and then he says, or they can be used as a force for bad. And you see him pull his the collar of his robe to the side, and you see this long sort of scar there.
For what it's worth, we're not looking to harm anyone.
It seems that way, although people can be corrupted. Just look at Arrow's sister.
Valid.
He says, now I must go back. She may become conscious again soon.
All right, well, take care of Lilith. I'm sure you'll see us soon.
Taryn, when I can come see her?
I would give it about a week before I have any sort of studies underway.
Did they give you anything else that could help us? I know you seemed confused if they already knew what we were going to ask. But...
They gave me...
How could I get in contact with you?
You can send a bird or a letter.
All right, team. So we sort of have what we came here for. Does anybody know what these indents might mean? Do you think we need to find something that fits here before we bring them back to the Harpers? I would imagine they wouldn't be very happy with the defective pentagonal shapes.
Last time we saw these, we happened to have objects that fit into them.
Yeah, locked with the anchor.
There were electrum objects specifically. For me, it was the Kappa, and Dan had his necklace.
Oh yeah, right.
So these pentagonal plates, they on one side of them, which you could assume is the back, just based on like how kind of rugged it looks versus the front, is sort of coated in electrum. But the front is this sort of blue, wispy kind of gem-like substance.
Is the indent in the electrum?
No, it's in the gem part.
Can I make an investigation check or something to see what kind of material the front might be?
Sure.
So 1. Does anybody know what kind of gem this might be?
I'll take a look.
Okay.
Not me.
I'll hand them over to the people that want to check.
It's a 6.
You're not sure what type of gem stone it could be, but this looks like a similar material to your earring.
That's what I was thinking.
And what shape is your earring?
Teardrop.
Interesting.
So circular on one side, or triangular if you smooth out the bottom.
What are our next steps? Should we bring these back to the Harpers? I mean, we're a long way from the Harpers. Do you think it still makes sense to talk to the Latan, or what do y'all think we should do?
Well, it seems like they knew we were coming.
Yeah, do you think they traveled here just to meet with us?
Possibly. It's probably the most convenient.
They did also, I mean, Arrow said that they did also hand Taryn small silver pieces in specific shapes, which seems like what we need them to do, but they didn't do that, so I'm not sure what to do with that information. Should we go, well, we just talked to Taryn, so that probably doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm not sure. Can I do an intelligence check to see if my character would know what to do in this situation?
Sure.
I literally have rolled like 8 times.
Was it a 20?
I rolled above like a 10 once.
Mm-hmm.
This is so awful.
What'd you get?
Anyway, my intelligence roll was a 7.
You think that you probably have to put 2 things together. That's like the gist of your idea.
Did we need 5 of these plates and we only have 4?
4. You only needed 4.
Ah, perfect. Do we know what orientation they were in?
No.
What slots on the ship they would...
You know that there were 6 slots, but there were 4 of these that were mentioned for like the information. So you don't know of like any more than these 4. And they're about palm-sized.
Do they look identical besides the indentations to the ones that Taryn and the knights are wearing?
Yes.
But Taryn's doesn't have that indentation as far as I could tell.
No, it does.
It does.
Yeah, he said he had to hack his because he didn't have whatever actually went inside of it.
So I wonder if the small silver pieces that were given to him were the keys that fit into the slots of his 4 necklaces.
He wouldn't need them at this point.
Right. So I wonder.
Wasn't I able to make out the shapes of the things that she handed him, and they were the same shapes as the shapes that we were just handed?
No.
The shapes that were given to her, I mean the shapes that were given to Taryn were moon, circle, diamond, and unrecognizable shape. We have
2 circulation, 2 triangles.
Yeah, the triangles are towards the edge of 2 of the plates. The, like, I guess they're like semicircles are also towards the edge of plates.
Gotcha, so we need to...
Wait.
Could you combine these 4 plates in a way to make a single indentation?
No, you would make 2 teardrop-shaped indentations, one with my earring, one with Arrow's necklace.
Do you want to try that?
Yes. I missed the part of them being on the edge.
Yeah, so these 4 plates fit together in the center of them. So they kind of make like a plus sign where these 4 pentagonal plates meet and the overall shape of them together. And they kind of fit perfectly together, and they make in the center a sort of yin-yang shape with 2 kind of teardrop shapes.
Does anything happen?
No.
It's just...
Oh, are you putting the earrings?
We have to put magic into it.
Ah.
Even after you put the key in.
All right.
Yeah,
Oh, right, yeah.
Say I'll do my classic, I'll slap it with a mage hand.
Got that bad boy.
2 of the plates on opposite sides light up. The other 2 don't, and then it fades. So it seems like nothing happened there, other than them lighting up for a brief moment. The 2 of them.
Gotcha.
Maybe we need to take them back to the Harpers, put them in their place, and then hit them with the magic.
Could say it might need more than we might need more magic than like a constant stream, or we might need to be in something else or with something else. I'm not quite sure.
The 2 parts lit up, and just your earring lit up.
Arrow, can you help me out?
Yeah, what were we doing?
I need your help. I need you to put some magic in this with me.
I don't have any magic.
When attuning to something, you don't necessarily have to do anything magical. It's sort of just getting used to the object and sort of knowing like what is going on with it. So as long as you're attuning to it, essentially something, you get the feeling something will happen.
When I tried to put magic into it, only my side lit up, so I'm having Arrow just like focus on it with me, sort of, because it was putting magic into it worked for a period of time, but like with the anchor, with Shizeno, it was more attuning to it to be able to like activate it at will, turn it on and off. So Arrow is attuning to it with me to see if we can get both sides to happen at the same time.
Alright.
So I will need Shizeno and Wyatt to make a dexterity saving throw.
Guess what I got?
2-1.
The nat 1, baby.
Shizeno goes flying backwards into a tree, and Wyatt kind of does a few flips in the air and lands in the river. Abby and Arrow, you're both holding on to these plates, and they light up. The whole bunch of like dust from the ground, kind of like you hear like a snap almost, and all this dust kind of pushes away from you, and you hear a faint buzzing as the sounds around you are kind of muffled, and you look around and the air is kind of warbly in this like giant 30-foot sphere. As this happens, you see Wyatt and Shizeno go flying backwards from where they were standing.
Oops.
Did we do that?
Yeah, he did say that they were powerful shielding devices. So I don't know if we could have if we can choose who to let in and out or what, but we should probably go help them.
Yeah, can we turn it off or?
I try to just use my innate magical sense to break concentration on it.
And it immediately kind of fizzles.
I'm gonna assume Shizeno is hardy enough to not be killed by a tree. I just want to go make sure that there's a way for Wyatt to get out of the river.
Why couldn't I have been in the river?
Because then she could have flown out.
Both of you now have, for Arrow, if you use magic device, you can create this. It basically is like a Leoman's tiny hut, but you can see through it, and it's a 30-foot sphere around you.
Ooh.
Is that an action that I can do?
Yeah, it's like use magic device as your action.
Okay.
For Abby, it's any cantrip you want to do.
Gotcha.
Lit.
Make a tiny hut.
And it's for the 2 pieces that either of your things are in. It's that way for those 2 pieces. And you can use them without the object, without your earring or necklace in it, as long as you were attuned to the earring or necklace when it was inside of the plate.
Gotcha.
Am I hurt by the river or anything, or is it
You're
just embarrassing?
Yeah, it's everybody's what happened? It's they just saw a person go jumping into the river, essentially.
I'll stand up and walk out of the river, and I'll just coolly kind of brush it off.
Make me a performance check.
What?
Make me a performance check.
Nat 20, here we go.
My character characteristic? Lame.
All of that is the dice.
Is it like a force field thing? Can I move it around, or is it something that I place?
It's centered on the plate. So if you give it to somebody else, and yes, you can choose what goes in and out of it, just like the Leomans.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I can move around while it's activated and it moves with me?
Yeah, well, if you have it in your pocket, it will stay with you. If you put it, whatever its plane of reference is the shield's plane of reference. So if you put it on a boat, it will stay with the boat. If the boat tips over and the shield thing, the pentagonal plate falls in the water, the shield will also fall in the water.
My performance check was an 11.
Okay, so you get out like kind of cool. Some people are like, all right, yeah, not bad. And then other people are like, oh, well, I don't know what that person's doing.
And I'll walk over to my teammates. Well, seems like we found out what needed to happen.
There you go.
Yeah.
Squeezing out your cowboy hat.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I think we should be able to let you in now that we can control it.
Well, that's good. I can't say I'm not accustomed to water like Shizeno, so I'm glad that you've learned how to control it.
You see a couple twigs sticking out of Shizeno's armor.
I'm gonna pluck them out and throw them. You're welcome.
I forget if it's at the inn or not. Check in with the boat, see if they're ready to go, because I don't think there's anything else we need here.
Okay. Did anybody want to buy any supplies before we leave? I think I bought all the supplies I wanted to buy at the start of this, so y'all let me know where you want to go before we head out.
Yes, Yuroga. I'm good.
I mean, Shizeno, if you need something, I can spot you. I mean, we're getting paid when we get back. I'm sure you'll be able to pay me back once we get back.
Right.
Wow, that was a lot of backs, but.
No, I don't need anything.
All right. What about you, Abby or Arrow?
No, I think I'm good.
I'm just a little bit curious if there would be any store where I could get maybe some armor that is better than the one that I have now, but versus my proficiencies.
I'd say while we're walking to wherever we're going, I'll tell Arrow. Now that I've met your sister, did we keep her violin?
I have it, yeah.
And especially since you own something of hers, I have a crystal ball that lets me do some clairvoyance, do some divining on people, so I can check in on her even before you get a letter. We just I won't be able to talk to her or really know what's going on, but I'll be able to see her.
I mean, as long as you could check up on her, make sure she's not, getting murdered by that guy or something.
Yeah, we can make sure she's still here and alive and everything.
That's awesome. That'd be great.
All right.
Does being attuned to these plates count towards my 3 attunements?
It does not.
Else I would have been maxed out on.
There's an armor shop. They have pretty much all different armors. So, what armor do you have right now?
She's wearing studded leather. She typed in the chat.
Chain, scale, breastplate, or half plate. The armor that you would be able to get, you could trade in your studded and pay 5 gold for chain or scale if you want.
Okay.
But so if you get scale mail, you'll have a disadvantage when doing stealth, but you'll have 14 AC plus your dex. If you do chain, it'll be 13 plus dex, but you won't get the disadvantage.
Chain doesn't give sneak disadvantage?
No.
Why do I have sneak disadvantage?
Are you wearing heavy armor?
I'm wearing chain, yeah. Oh, yeah, heavy. I'm wearing heavy chain.
You're wearing chain mail.
Chain mail?
Yeah.
You're wearing chain mail?
Chain mail. Is that, did you say chain shirt?
Yeah.
Yes.
Efficient and stealth, I guess I would probably take the scale. Pay 5 gold to the scale.
So you have scale mail now, and you don't have studded.
Need to go anywhere else? Or are we all set? All packed up for the journey? So I'm gonna start heading towards the ale house.
Yeah, so you head all the way to the west end of the North Bank and down close to the dock, and you come up to it looks like a big, almost like a bottle of wine, but kind of thicker. Instead of it having a neck to the bottle, there is a sword coming out of it, and then it has like what you would guess would be like shiny lines coming off of it, and above that it says the bright blade brandished.
All right, I'll say this looks like the right place. Is anybody outside?
There is no one outside directly. I mean, there's people passing by and stuff, but nobody's like waiting outside.
Okay, I'll head on in.
You walk into this place. It seems kind of warm, like a roaring fire somewhere in this building. It's all made of log and planks of wood. There are like rows of what you would guess would be booths for sitting that are kind of curtained off. In the middle of this place is a big bar. On either side of the door, there's also stairs going up to like a second level that also has like an awning that's kind of looking over into the foyer. You see a couple of what look like a apprentice mages. You see them mage handing drinks from the bar that's in the center here up to a second level. It sounds like there's a lot of people in here having fun. You see some coins coming down from the top level, kind of just like spilling down into the bar below. And then you see this like extremely slender but like very tall elf. And they have this like long flowing hair that kind of like starts like a greenish color and then kind of fades into a bright orange. They have like this pale skin, has like a almost like a glow, like a sunset, and these like swirling blue and white eyes that twinkle like morning frost. They kind of wave over to you.
I'll walk up to them. Are you the owner of this ale house?
Yes, my name is Minnow.
Hello, Minnow. My name is Wyatt Graves. I was told to hand this over to you when I was ready to head out of Silvery Moon, and I hand over the medallion.
They kind of look behind you. They tug at their shirt a little bit.
I will show them my purple scar.
And they say, okay, yeah, I have your boat ready for you. I made it just this morning. It's a pretty sturdy one. I made it myself. It has all your supplies in there for water deep, right?
Yes.
Yes. I appreciate you making a boat just for us. That's very courteous of you.
Well, the rapids around this time of year get kind of rough, so I didn't want any of the other boats kind of breaking down there. So I give you pretty thick bark to work with.
All right. Do you expect this to be a difficult journey?
It might be a little bumpy, but hang on tight, you'll be fine.
All right. Well, we are seasoned sailors, to be fair.
Well,
so
you won't be.
Okay.
You won't be sailing this one. This one doesn't have sails. You gotta do a little bit of paddling. I made those two.
We've done that as well. Don't worry about that.
Good to hear then.
You're probably just swim positive.
I wouldn't. Not this time of year. I don't think you could beat that current. That's actually kind of your friends were telling me that's actually kind of the whole reason you got a boat. It's gonna be quicker for you going back down because the speed of the river.
That is correct.
I feel like I'm challenged, but I won't say that.
I'm guessing that will lead us out to the boat or something, right?
When you get to Waterdeep, you should be able to trade in that boat for about 20 gold in Waterdeep. You should be able to get for that.
Have you been paid for your services?
Yes, but this whole trade system, we like to keep in good faith with Waterdeep. So somewhere down the line, somebody put money into this, so you can get your money out of it if you sell the boat down in Waterdeep.
All right. Well, thank you for the heads up. Anything else we need to know before we head out?
Not really. I guess just head on to the back, and it's the one all the way at the end that looks like a big hollowed out tree.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you for helping us out, and I'll head towards the door.
Behind the bar, there's a stone wall, and on the opposite side of it, the big fireplace that's kind of heating this whole building. There's some steps that go down a couple feet. There's like this kind of cozy area. There's a couple couches and a big long table for people to kind of just like chill in. Beyond that is there's like this big glass window and doors that are made of glass that go out to a deck that is also attached to a small dock that's on the river. And you see a few boats tied up there, various like smaller sizes. And then you see this like huge canoe that looks like it's made out of very thick bark. The top is kind of like planed off and the ends are kind of pointed. So it looks like that's the one.
How glorious. I'm very excited. I'll head on over to it.
I will follow.
There's a whole bunch of backpacks full in there. Some oars that look like they're made out of freshly timbered wood.
Cool. All right. So I'll climb up into the boat, and I'll bring one of my backpacks. I'll say, all right, everyone, grab a knapsack and head on into the boat.
I do.
Sure.
We're all on the boat.
We're away from the dock. Just to use an oar.
Oh, true. All right, and we're off.
So you start drifting into the middle of the river there. You start orienting your boat the right way. Start paddling down the river, and the current starts to pick up a little bit. It looks like there's some like floating rotten logs kind of that start to get in your way, but you manage to just barely go around them. It looks like you're in the Evermoors. So it's kind of like this swampy area, but there's like a decent current, so you're kind of making your way through here. Yeah, so it's approaching night now, and you're about halfway through the Evermoors.
We'll probably head to bed if it's starting to get dark, right? Can we just assume that while we travel at night, we're kind of taking shifts?
Okay.
Yeah, we probably have to, so we don't crash into anything.
Yeah.
So nobody's piloting a boat.
The next day the water gets like a little choppy. You're still in the Evermoors, but you kind of know that the Evermoors lead out into the Cerbrin River, and it looks like you're rounding sort of the back end of Flint Rock. You're entering the river here, like the mouth of the river, as it kind of goes down into a delta with the Desserin River. As you reach this delta, you can kind of see off on the sort of the ridge line to your sides. It looks like there's a couple of settlements that were either side of the river here. It looks like they're just kind of like dilapidated ruins of like what used to be over here. You're on the Desserin River, but you're at the delta between where the Cerbrin River and the Desserin River meet. There's 3 parts of land. There were settlements all around there, but they're all kind of dilapidated and in ruins.
Do I know why?
From the Cult of the Dragon.
Okay. So the same reason as that town that we went to.
Yeah, everything around this area was beat up.
The old name of this, when this was a town, was Yartar.
Interesting.
As the sides of this river kind of go back down to just plains instead of like rocky, high like ridge lines, the speed of the river picks up. You start sort of getting these like heavy drops down, like almost like a cascade. So I'll need everybody to make a strength saving throw.
16.
8.
11.
Did Abby fail?
Sort of. There's like tiers to it.
Well, is there something I can do as a reaction if there's a failed saving throw? Or that would count.
Yeah, that counts.
Alright, so I can use a command die as a reaction, and I'd basically add my d6 to the, so I'll add a 4 to it.
12.
So what is that like? Is that just like you being like, hey, look out?
It's a beacon. I think there is a better description of it when I get the upgraded version, but basically it's like a beam of light. I just like give them help.
Okay. So you
shine a laser pointer, like, hey, watch out right there.
Yeah, so you see Abby start to like lift up as like the boat kind of like goes up and then goes to slam down, and she's like kind of in midair, and she's kind of like, oh, what? And then you kind of grab the spot on the boat that she is like highlighting, and you're able to like hang on as the boat comes back down.
See if I can find the actual description.
It's now day 7 of your trip down the river here. You see a couple of gnomes sort of fishing off of looks like a collapsed tree over the river, and they just kind of like, they wave to you.
Can I wave back?
I will wave back. Do love a good gnome.
The river speed starts to slow down a little bit. You see some fish actually swimming upstream, and they're kind of like hopping out of the water and going back in. And in the distance, you can kind of see what looks like Waterdeep.
Oh, I'll say land ho!
The end of this river kind of flows like right past the exterior docks of Waterdeep, so you're right outside Waterdeep.
Awesome. All right, we will probably try and dock it. I'm guessing there's like a docking area for boats, because Waterdeep's a pretty big city, right?
Yep.
Okay, so as best we can, we'll probably try and dock it. Do we do that successfully?
Yeah.
Cool. Is there like a boathouse or something?
There are a few, but there's one that kind of you kind of recognize based on the name. The thing that kind of drew your eye to begin with is because compared to all the other boathouses that are around, it kind of looks very like newly constructed. And there's a big sign that says La Rusta's Roots.
It's our boy.
This is the same. Is this the same place that we met him last time?
No, we had to travel way down the coast.
Okay, so we'll probably go check out La Rusta's Roots.
Okay.
Is it roots or roost?
Roots, like wait, yeah. You see somebody at the window there. It's looks like a male orc.
I'll say, hello, do you work here?
Says, yep, yeah, I do.
I'll say, I know LaRusta. We met him a while back. He's a good guy.
It's true. Gave me a job, so can't complain there.
Agreed. Now, we actually had just come from Silvery Moon. If you look outside, we have a boat that was actually freshly made less than a week ago, and I'm looking to trade it for some gold. Would you be interested?
Yeah. What? Which boat's yours?
I'll point to the one that we came in on. I'll say it was made nice and hardy for our trip down the river, so it'll last you a long time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can take that for maybe like 15 gold.
I'll say I know this boat is worth at least 25. I'll give it to you for 20.
Says, I don't know.
Should I do like I guess persuasion?
Don't even roll. Don't roll. I'm
Okay,
gonna use my 18 portent for the day. So just add your modifier to that because you're gonna roll so low. I can already feel it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I get to add 18 to whatever I roll.
18. Pretend 18 was your dice roll, and then add whatever your modifier is.
Okay. Wait, but what if I roll higher?
Does not matter. I already used it. It's
Okay.
before you roll.
So I don't add anything to that.
Oh.
So it's an 18.
All right. Yeah, you got it. The 20 gold seems reasonable.
I'll say, all right. Well, good doing business with you.
He says, actually, are you looking to get a cart for your travels? So, maybe we could do like I could give you a cart with one horse for like 5 gold and the boat.
All right.
All right, yeah. Well, if you ever need a boat or a horse, head on down to LaRooster's Roots. He looks down. This is LaRooster's Roots. Yeah. Okay, so that right.
I'll say, I will. Like I said, I'm a good friend of LaRoosta, so you will.
Says, put in a good word for me then, huh? My name's Manu.
All right, yeah, I will let LaRoosta know that you are doing a bang up job. I'm very proud of you, and he, I'm sure, is very proud of you as well.
Sweet.
All right, have a good day, sir.
You too.
Anybody need anything in Waterdeep before we head back to the Harpers?
Don't believe so.
All right, then. Let's start the long journey home, and we'll head out.
Yeah, so you head out of Waterdeep. You head down the trade route. So you're about a day away from the Harbor Hub, and you see a turned over cart, and what looks like there's a couple of piles of blood there, and it looks like an eviscerated horse.
Well, that's weird. Maybe we should go check it out?
Probably.
I'm guessing I'm probably driving. I'll pull the cart over. I'll walk over to the... Well, what if someone's hiding in it? Can I do like a perception check or something to see if I see anything suspicious or expect anything is still kind of a danger to us?
Sure.
That's a 25.
Roaming the area just past the cart, a little ways off, it looks like there is... Make me either a history or a nature check.
9.
You see some sort of vaguely cat-like, hunched-over thing, outfitted in like rags, and then behind that one, closer to you, you see 2 more of them, but they're kind of like smaller. They look like monstrous humanoids.
I could have Kadama go take a look.
Yeah, I'll turn to everyone. I'll alert them of what I see, and I'll also say, does anybody know what might be happening here? Very quietly. I'll say, have Kadama take a look.
Yeah, I'll have Kadama fly over, and I'll have it share its vision with me.
Okay.
That's what it does, right? Yeah, it grants me its vision through a telepathic bond. So yeah, I'll fly right over and take a look. It's a dirty 20.
These look like gnolls.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, what do I know about that?
You know that they're like demonic, feral humanoids. They're kind of like hyena looking. You also would know that like normally they're on like the very edges of like civilization. They're like sometimes they'll attack like farms that are on the edge of things, but they usually won't go towards like more populated areas. So it's kind of weird to see them on the tradeway. So it either means something is like threatening their environment, forcing them in towards more people, or something else is kind of afoot.
What does it think they're doing?
It looks like they're walking away from this carriage and stuff that they attacked.
So they took anything?
Nope. It looks like really they just attacked the people.
I'll give Wyatt that information. They're gnolls. It's like they attacked and left. Didn't really come here for anything, from the looks of it.
Interesting.
I'll go on the back as well.
I'll say, what do y'all think we should do? They killed whoever was in this cart, right? Would I be able to assume that I can check the cart without alerting the gnolls?
You think it's possible, but you're unsure.
We want to let them walk away, though.
Yeah,
They
this is a pretty like active road.
might just come and kill someone else.
Yeah.
They did kill a horse, so I guess they are a little bit dangerous. Maybe we should try and take them down.